I worked as a barista for 6 years and I love coffee. I drink coffee every day and I've been making coffee for over 30 years. And every time I make coffee, I try my best to make it better each time. And I want to share with you some of my secrets on how to make the best coffee. It's a snow day today. Most activities are canceled, most places are closed. And I thought this would be a good time to show you how to make the best coffee for the coffee that you have at home. It's going to be quick, easy, and inexpensive. Join me. In my opinion, the best way to make coffee is by the pour over drip method. This way you have more control over the brewing process and you can control how much you extract the coffee and you can make adjustments as you go along. So in the morning, one of my morning routine is I make coffee. That's one of the first thing I do. I wake up, I drink coffee. Hey guys, good morning everyone. In the morning, one of the first thing I do when I wake up is I pray, I drink water, and I make coffee. So that's really one of the first thing I do. I think about coffee. Even at night before I go to bed, I get excited sometimes because I get to drink coffee soon when I wake up. So I'm just going to show you how to make the best coffee, the fastest way, and one of the cheapest way. And when I say the best coffee is, that's according to my wife. My wife always tells people, he makes the best coffee. It's the best coffee that I've ever had. So to somebody, at least, it is the best coffee. So hopefully you learned something here. And first thing we do is I fill the kettle with some water. And what I do, one of the things I do is I use purified water. I don't use tap water. So I use purified water. So what you can do is use the cleanest, most pure water. So I boil the water. Just unplug it for safety, so I don't forget later and get yelled by my wife. And so what I do is I make 2 coffees at the same time in one shot. That's how I save time. Instead of making it one by one, so I use a bigger filter and I do pour over. Pour over is really popular these days. I use a bigger pour over. If I'm only gonna make one, I use a smaller one. I got these from my mom actually. I didn't have to buy these. The reason why she gave this to me is when the Keurig was becoming really popular, she switched to Keurig just like everybody else, and everybody else was doing Keurig. And I was making drip coffee for the last maybe 25 years, and people kept telling me, just make Keurig, it's better, it's faster. But I kept doing this until the trend changed, and now pour over is really popular. If you go to coffee shops and order pour over, they're gonna charge you $6 per cup. So think about it. I'm making a $12 coffee here for the price of maybe this costs $1. Okay. See how things go around the trend. You follow the trend, it goes around, and it goes back to whatever is best really. So I rinse the filter. What I did here is I put hot water here, spin it a little bit to make this warm, to warm the thermos. This is the carafe that I use. It's an old thermos. It fills perfectly for 2 cups. So I rinse this, and I don't waste water. I use it to rinse the the filter. This is clean and I can rinse the filter. Some people weigh it, some people do that. I just do this. I keep it simple. So 2 for 1 cup. 3, 4, another 2 scoops for the second cup. And the coffee I use is up to you. Actually, what I wanted to tell you too is this coffee is nothing fancy, it's nothing expensive. This is a grocery store brand. I bloom it slowly, gently. See, as you can see, I have a regular kettle. Other people buy the expensive kettle with a fancy spout. So I wait till it goes down. I make it bloom, and then I fill it. And then I spin it like this. See, it's stirring on its own. I don't have to get a spoon and stir it. I don't pat it down and put holes. I don't do those fancy kind of silly stuff, to be honest. So I fill it instead of doing it slowly. And the reason for that is when I do that, when I pour it fast and fill it, the coffee remains hot, as opposed to when you go to a restaurant and then they do it fancy, they do it too slow. The coffee gets cold. It's cool when they give it to you. And when you do it this way, the coffee is immersed with the hot water, so the extraction is better. And then I do a second one. The reason for the second one is that's the amount of water that I need to fill this thermos or carafe. And then I'll just let this go. One thing I'll do is I'll check it because I don't want it to overflow. And you don't waste time and you don't waste money to doing extra stuff, extra fancy. They make everything fuzzy and sophisticated, and they hype it up, and that's what makes things inaccessible. Just like wine, they made wine so fancy that people don't like wine. You know, when you order beer in a bar, I'll have a beer. They'll give you a cold beer, lager. Sometimes they ask you what you want. But wine is so fancy that people are intimidated. They're doing the same with coffee. Coffee is just coffee. People say that. But now coffee is so fancy, and honestly, I don't know, you still say yuppies, maybe the yuppies or the hipsters, they're ruining the whole thing. They're making it so complicated, so expensive. But this way, I have 2 cups of coffee made with drip, artisan handmade drip coffee without all the fuss, without all the expense, and it's quick. I have a technique in pouring the coffee. Again, it's not about being fussy or going crazy about things, but I pour a little bit on this cup, and then here I put little bits and little bits. The reason for that is if the coffee in the last drip of the coffee, if it tastes different or it tastes lighter, I don't want it, the half of it light and the second half dark. So I pour it different. I spread it out evenly.
A major winter storm is on its way to the GTA, and there's an orange weather alert in place. Environment Canada says parts of the region could see up to 40 centimeters of snowfall, with visibility being reduced to near zero at times.